They were able to ride the horses, at least part of the time. They rode west down a series of lowest terraces that fell off from the mountains, the higher ones dissected by countless small streams, filled and overflowing with drainage from the highland, the result of the deluge that poured from the sky. They slogged through mud and crossed several swirling waterways rushing down from the heights. Then they dropped down to another terrace and unexpectedly came upon a small settlement. The rough wooden shelters, little more than lean-tos, obviously put together quickly, looked ramshackle, but they offered some protection from the constantly falling water and were a welcome sight to the travelers. Ayla and Jandalar hurried toward them. They dismounted, conscious of the fear that the tame animals might cause people to feel, and called out in Sharamudoi, hoping it would be a familiar language. But there was no answer, and when they looked closer, it was obvious that no one was about. "I'm sure the mother realizes we need shelter. Donnie will not object if we go in," Jandalar said, stepping inside one of the shacks and looking around. It was completely empty, except for a leather thong hanging from a peg, and its dirt floor was sloppy mud where a stream had run through it before it was diverted. They went out and headed for the largest one. As they approached it, Ayla became aware that something important was missing. "Jandalar, where is the Danyi? There is no figure of the mother guarding the entrance." He looked around and nodded. "This must be a temporary summer camp. They did not leave a Danyi because they did not call upon her to protect it. Whoever built these doesn't expect them to last the winter. They've abandoned this place, gone and taken everything with them. They probably moved to higher ground when the rains began." They entered the larger structure and found it was more substantial than the other. There were unfilled cracks in the walls, and the rain leaked through the roof in several places, but the rough wooden floor was raised above the level of the sticky mud, and a few pieces of wood were scattered near a hearth built up with stones to floor height. It was the driest, most comfortable place they had seen for days. They went out, unharnessed the travois, and brought the horses in. Ayla started a fire, while Jandalar went into one of the smaller structures and began tearing wood from the dry inner walls for firewood. By the time he returned, she had strung heavy cordage across the room from pegs she found in the wall, and she was draping wet clothes and bedding over them. Jandalar helped her spread the tent.